The death penalty. What is the death penalty? The death penalty is the punishment of execution administered to someone legally convicted of a capital crime.
How do you get sentenced to death row? You can get put on death row if you are convicted of treason, espionage, murder, large-scale drug trafficking, or attempted murder.
How long has the death penalty been around? The death penalty has been around since the 18th century, dating back to Hammurabi of Babylon. In the 16th century, while Henry VII was ruling, the death penalty was used to execute people who committed crimes like not confessing to a crime and treason. These methods of execution include hanging, beheading, burning, and boiling.
How do they run the death penalty now? They have multiple different methods of execution. These methods include electrocution, lethal gas, hanging, firing squad, and the most commonly used lethal injection. Inmates serving on death row never know how long they're going to be there for. They usually do not spend less than 10 years on death row, and many have been there for over 20.
Is the death penalty effective? There is no provided evidence that the threat of execution deters any crimes, but murder rates have gone down by 2.6% from 1970 to 2017. Although the murder rates have gone down, that doesn't necessarily mean it's due to the death penalty. With new technology, security cameras, and evolved forensics, it is getting harder and harder not to get caught with crimes like murder. When in public, you're being watched at all times. Today, people will kill someone knowing that they will most likely get caught. There is no getting away with it. In recent years, government have also actually let up on the death penalty because it caused such a global debate.
Is the death penalty inaccurate? Yes, the death penalty is inaccurate, and it will continue to be as long as it is around. There are 186 exonerations that have been reported. These people were convicted of crimes they didn't commit, but put on death row and then finally exonerated. These people spent anywhere from 1 to 43 years on death row for a crime they didn't commit. These innocent people could have died, and there wouldn't have been anything they could do about it. Half of them already had their lives wasted.
There is no telling how many innocent people have actually been executed, but there are at least 20 with solid evidence of their innocence, with their cases still being investigated.
One of the longest cases that is still being talked about today is the case of Charles Ray Finch. Charles Finch was 38 years old when falsely convicted of murdering Richard Holloman, a grocery store clerk, during a robbery. He was put behind bars in 1976 and spent 43 years on death row. He was the 166th exonerated inmate in the United States as of 2019. He spent more time in prison than any other death row exoneree.
What is a good alternative for the death penalty? The death penalty does partially inhibit crime, but it's just not ethical and it should be abolished. It puts innocent people at risk, but it at least gets rid of some of the dangerous ones. If citizens of different countries really want someone to suffer for their crimes, they should actually have a life sentence behind bars. Actual life sentences do exist, but most inmates end up getting out. The death penalty should be where a criminal stays incarcerated for the rest of their life, dies behind bars from natural causes or from other elements, not from being executed. It's almost like an easy way out.